Oh my god. Sup, Reitanna? It's Reitanna Seishin here. I'm actually using my good microphone right now, which is not that good. It's like, it's noise canceling, but for some reason it just doesn't pick me up as well. And the reason why I'm doing that is because, Michael forgot to, um, connect, the other microphone after, because we use it for, my therapy appointments because they're video chat, which I'm finding is extremely, extremely difficult. Anyway, so let's get to the first part. I know I'm a few days late. Michael was on his vacation, and we went to a wedding. I apparently did really well. So, as there was quite a few people there, and Michael said I did really well. So, yay! And I haven't been feeling that good either. But I'll get to that after this. So, thank you to all my patrons: Black Magic 13, Genta Cookie Cat, Ghost Poison, Tracy Hodgson, Squishy the Bunny, Ravenna Song, Randomly Weird, Embla, Thorn Forest, Katie Crowley, Jade Coyote. So thank you to all of you. I feel like there was something I was going to tell you guys, but I don't remember. Anyway, so y'all know how I was, trying to lose weight and stuff. I'm finding it difficult during the holiday season, and I'm going to tell you why. Um, for one, during, was it? No, it was on a weekend. Michael and I went to Red Robin because it was the first date we were able to go on because of all the fires making the air hazardous. Yes, the fire smoke from California does float up here. So, um, and there was something else that, oh, the heat. The heat was unbearable. So we did that. And then I think, then later it was, there was something else. We kept going out, with, his best friend Josh, um, and, whose wedding we attended on Halloween. Um, and there was something else that made me feel like, but anyway, so, since, let's see, in November, for my birthday, and please, I've already said this on Twitter, no one, if you know my birthday, if you know the date of my birth, do not, and I'm serious with this, do not wish me a happy birthday. Do not gift anything to me. It's just a regular day, except for an excuse to eat cake. I only accept, gifts from two people, and that's Senpai and Michael, because they are the most important people in my life, and if they want to give me something, then they can give me something. But otherwise, I do not. I've basically learned over the years that we should never have celebrated our birthday because everybody has the day that they were born. Everybody's born and everybody dies. It seems kind of self-centered to celebrate the day you were born. It's just like, oh, look at me, I'm so special. I'm gonna celebrate the day I was born because my birth, oh my god, was like amazing. Hello world. When God made me, he said, ta-da! So, I'm very serious. I don't care if you disagree with me. I do not want a happy birthday. I am not special. I am not better than people just because I have a date of birth. Because everybody has a date of birth. It was the day I was born. Who cares? I was a mistake anyway. So, I'm not joking. I was actually a mistake. So, anyway, so I'm making, because I want to do this anyway, so I'm like, my birthday's the perfect time to do it. I'm making my own cake. I'm making a triple chocolate cheesecake. So it's going to be like the cookie crust, and it's no bake too, so it's cool. And then the first layer of chocolate cheesecake will be a dark chocolate, then the middle will be a milk chocolate, and then the top will be a white chocolate. And I'm thinking of doing little frosting florets around the border. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to decorate it, but I will take a picture if it's pretty enough. I have a bad habit of making things that end up tasting really good but look really ugly, and it makes me wish that I could open up a restaurant called Ugly Eats. I can guarantee your food will look unappetizing but still be delicious. So, yeah, one time I was trying to figure out a recipe for a sweet omelet, and one time I made a chocolate sweet omelet that looked like a pile of beef. So, yay! Anyway, so I got the cake, and then for lasagna and pie day, which a lot of you celebrate the holiday Thanksgiving. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving, we celebrate lasagna and pie day, because Thanksgiving is actually a horrible holiday that people refuse to actually learn about, and schools refuse to teach the actual truths that happened, that gave us quote-unquote Thanksgiving. So we get a lasagna and some kind of pumpkin pie. So that's food. And I'm usually the one to eat all the lasagna leftovers because Michael's very picky and he only likes it fresh. So I'm eating lasagna for a few days, but it's okay because my favorite non-sweet foods are pasta. So, but that's a lot of pasta, and that's a lot of carbs and calories and sugar. So yeah, and then we don't necessarily celebrate a traditional Christmas either, because I fucking hate Christmas. Everything about Christmas is just designed to, it's not about celebrating things with your family anymore. Was it even? It's they say it's the birth of Jesus Christ, and that's wrong also. So, but then again, what Christians see as Jesus Christ is a fictional character. So, we celebrate pizza and President's Day. So we'll order a pizza from Pizza Hut because they have the best pizza, even though it's the most greasy, and I think that's what makes it good. And it's delicious. But then we also have a chocolate pie, but it's also President's Day. But the one thing I hate about the presents part is that Michael gets me presents, but never tells me what he wants. He's picky in every single way. So for years, I haven't been able to get him anything for Pizza and President's Day, or for his birthday, or for our anniversary. But I think I have some ideas to sneak upon him this year, so shrug. So that's food. And then on February, we used to celebrate Valentine's Day by going to the Cheesecake Factory, and then we'd forget our dating anniversary every year in September. But since we got married last February, we are combining Valentine's Day and anniversary, so we will go to Cheesecake Factory. Other than that, the next year should be more tame on the going out. And right now, I've decided that I'm not going to be so strict in my diet right now. I'm still going to exercise and try to eat, better. But if I have something, then I'm not going to worry too much about it. So, most likely I'm going to be maintaining my current weight, which is around between 160 and 170. I just haven't been able to break 160, and it's been pissing me off. And that's what made me feel like there's no way I'm going to break 160 during the holiday season because it's all about food. So, but it gives me an opportunity to eat some of the stuff that makes me happy. I wish my happiness didn't revolve around, sweets and people being kind. So, yeah, but, you can't have everything in life. What else I was going to say? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Aries. Okay. So, we had Aries on steroids, and he still wasn't sounding any better. His snuffing, and he's still breathing hard, so we took him back to the vet. And, she checked him out. His lungs still don't sound well, and despite our best efforts, he's still losing weight. We were feeding him things that you should feed an underweight rat, and somehow he was still underweight. He lost more weight, and I think he went from 6.5 ounces to 6.3, and now he's 6 ounces. I'm gonna weigh him a little later today to see if we managed to get him a little more weight. I've been feeding him avocado, which they definitely recommend for underweight rats. And we've been squishing up his mush or squishing up his kibble to make what we call mush, where we mix it with water. And so he gets hydration, and all of our rats have loved mush. And I think the crushing up of the kibble brings out more of the flavor, and maybe the water releases something in the flavor, but he just loves it. All of our rats have loved it, especially when they got older and munch crunch crunch has become too difficult for them. He's at a point where he still is able to munch crunch crunch, but he does like the mush, and from him being dehydrated the time before last we took him to the vet, worried us. So I've been giving him like cucumber, and for some reason the store's been out of tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, so but we went to the vet, and they offered to do an x-ray to look at his lungs to see the extent of whatever damage may be there, but we refused because it would involve them holding him down on his side, and he hates the vet. And last time he was at the vet before last, he was so stressed that he looked like he was about to die, and that's why they were so worried. And we found out it was because he doesn't like his carrier. So I had to do what I did before and have him ride on my shoulder. He's a pretty good shoulder rat, and he was a lot less stressed, but he still was kind of stressed, especially in the weighing part. He hates being weighed because it's like a foreign surface and it's freaky. But we brought one of his blankets so that he had at least some familiar territory. And he's just such a good boy. He's so well behaved. But they, because we refused the x-ray, they increased the dosage of his medicine, and we mix it with yogurt, which he loves. Oh God, someone's knocking at my door. Them go away. No one's home. I hope I wasn't speaking too loud. No one's home. Anyway, they increased his medicine, and ever since they did, he has had way more energy. He's been popcorning. Oh God. Can I pause the recording? Yes, I can. Okay, I thought it was the mailman, but the mailman never knocks twice. And, I don't know, we're on the third floor, and I hate it. Um, I waited until he descended all the way, and then I opened the door just to see if there was a package, but there was nothing there. So I don't know who that was. And now my heart's pounding, but they left, so oh, my heart's going really fast. I'm gonna have to take a hydroxyzine. But let me finish up here. So he's been popcorning, which is when a rodent gets really excited and they just kind of hop in place. They just boop, and sometimes they'll turn around while they're doing it, so boop, and it's really cute. It's especially cute when guinea pigs do it, because what they do is they jump into the air and they kind of wiggle their little sausage body. Oh my god, rodents are so cute. Animals are cute. I love animals. Anyway, so he's been doing that. He's been running. He's been doing this thing where it's a sort of hop run, where instead of just running, he goes boing 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 boing. It's really hard to describe. I'm not good at talking. And he's been awake more in the day, and he's just been a lot less lethargic, but he's most likely older than we think he is, because he's a rescue, so we don't know his exact age. We think he's around 2 years old, but he might be older. He is losing muscle mass, which leads to hind leg degeneration, which is where they lose the ability to use their back legs. And it's really sad, but we've had 2 rats who have gotten old enough to experience it, and it never stopped them. They kept going. They were like, I'm going. I don't care if I can't, feel my legs. I'm a paraplegic rat. But he has not gotten to that point yet. He's able to jump from my thigh straight up to my shoulder, like boing. But it does tire him out, and he does get tired. The problem is he still doesn't sound any better. He's still snuffing, he's still breathing hard, and that's what makes us think it's lung cancer. But the medicine is also helps with any allergies the rat might have, and is also helps to decrease the chance of tumors. So there's that. So we're going to keep him on the medicine. And he doesn't seem to be suffering at all. He seems so alive. He is so happy that we can't put him down. It would be a crime to put him down. As he is not suffering. It's pretty obvious he's not suffering. He bruxes, he boggles, he has these hiccups, and he's just all over the place. He's my baby. He's my little old man, but he's my baby. Mom, I'm older than you. What else was there? So yeah, we went to Josh's wedding, which was Nightmare Before Christmas themed. Their cake was so cute. On the bottom was a Sally pumpkin. So it was a pumpkin that was stitched together, like Sally's dress. And then on top of that pumpkin was a Jack Skellington pumpkin, which was a white pumpkin with black stripes. And then they had a little zero pumpkin, tiny pumpkin, that was the zero cake. That was for them. So basically at the wedding it was just for show, but that was for them, their cake. And then they had 2 sheet cakes. So I got to try all the cakes except for the zero one, because that's theirs. And they were just all so delicious. But I wish I had had a bigger slice of the Sally cake. I didn't get a chance because, have you ever gotten like audio sickness? I forgot what it's actually called. It's a noise sensitivities, like on par with sensory defensiveness, which I have on my palms of my hands, which means that I can't get them wet. And the same goes for the bottom of my feet, but I can easily just put on socks. I know I've spoken about my sensory defensiveness before and how I used to wear fabric gloves when I was a kid. But now I wear rubber gloves in the bath and the shower to keep them from getting wet. It's weird, but my father said he used to do the same thing, so I don't know if it's genetic, but anyway, so the noise sensitivity is where I already don't like loud noises. I hate them. I have to cover my ears every time we're walking out, and like a stupid truck goes by and it's like louder than it's supposed to be, and it just, I mean, I've gone to concerts in my youth and stuff, and I guess that's fine. I mean, it still hurt, but like it was music that I enjoyed, but like regular just loud sounds, and I can't listen to my music too loud anymore. And I have to cover my ears, and if it weren't for the fact that Mike and I converse like normal people while we're out walking, I would probably have my earplugs in. But they had at the wedding they had a dance, and the music was so loud, and the speaker was like right next to us, and I was getting nauseous. It felt like car sickness. And Mike was not having it either, so I did get to try a little bit of the Sally cake, but we pretty much abandoned the entire scene and went into a different room and chilled, and it was really funny because the DJ wanted all the married couples to dance at a certain song or something. And he's like, come on, I know there's one more married couple out there. And we're sitting on this couch listening, just going, yeah, that's not going to happen, buddy. I'm like, we're totally doing it. We're doing it right now in here. I mean, obviously, that's a senseless thing to do. We were on our phones and cuddling and stuff. He was Josh's best man. So, and I don't know the bride very well. So it was a pretty scary experience, but everyone was really nice. And at the actual ceremony, a lady right next to me, it was cold and it was outside, so a lady next to me offered me her jacket, and I refused at first, but then I started getting really, really cold, so after that I accepted it, and I said thank you. And it's just really, 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 really hard to converse with people. I can't meet their eyes. I don't know what to say. I was afraid I was going to embarrass people. Like I had to do my makeup and my hair perfectly. I had to look perfect because I didn't want to embarrass the bride. I didn't want to, look bad, and of course, since it was Halloween, she encouraged everybody to, dress up. Unfortunately, my bat costume did come before the wedding, and I ordered a 3XL. They did not give me a 3XL. That thing does not fit me, but I mean, I'm obviously keeping it because it didn't come at the date that it was supposed to, so I was able to get a refund. So I pretty much got it for free, and I'm keeping it until I do lose weight, which I'm going to be more serious about when in 2022. Oh, God. I'm going to be 31 in a couple of days, and I just don't want to grow any older because my mind is not catching up with me, and I'm thinking about quitting therapy because I haven't noticed any progress, and I'm sure she's a good person. She's a good person, but she's way too optimistic. Like, just there are some things that I absolutely cannot do. And Michael pretty much summed it up in a good way that I couldn't explain, but he said that I have trouble making decisions when it affects other people. So usually I'll turn to somebody to make a decision. If Michael asks me, what do you want for dinner tonight? I'll be like, I don't know. What do you want? Or, we binged Squid Game, and we were trying to go slow at first, and he's like, well, what do you want to do now? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you want to do? And, we've tried to make some decisions that I just can't make if it involves other people. And I think it's the subconscious fear that I'm going to make a choice that absolutely ruins something. But I can make decisions about myself. I can, except for what tattoo I'm going to get, my first tattoo. I can make decisions that affect me and me only. And I have no problem with that. But that's why I've never been a leader. I like to be independent, and I don't want to be a sheep, but I like in school projects, if I'm with a group, which I hated, I could never be the leader. In elementary school, when we were doing like little sport activities or something in PE, I could not be the team leader. Actually, I was always picked last because I was the quiet girl that everybody probably thought was going to become a serial killer someday. So, when I say I can't do something, I absolutely cannot. Like, it has been there since I was a young child. If I cannot do something, I cannot do something. And she unknowingly triggered me by asking me, why can't I? And I get really, really freaked out when I get bombarded with questions after question after question after question after question, especially when it's bombarding me all at once, and I got freaked out, and I just walked out on the session. And I just overall don't think it's working. I feel like what's going to fix me isn't available yet. I feel like, what was that quote that Michael said Tony Stark's dad said? I'm gonna have to look it up. Of course I can't find it. Mucusy. I have post-nasal drip, and it gets worse when I... okay. So he said something like, I'm a product of my time, or something like that. He was saying that, so like, technology and science has only gotten so far. And Mike and I agree that whatever is supposed to fix me hasn't been made or perfected yet. I saw something trending on Twitter that a woman's depression was cured by some kind of electrical procedure, but it hasn't, obviously it's new. I don't know if it'll ever be perfected in my lifetime, or if I'll even ever have the money for it, but Michael says that I should keep going with therapy. I don't know if I need a different therapist. I don't know if it's the fact that it's a video chat and not in person. You would think that the video chat would make it easier, but it doesn't. And I feel like I need something more. I need something more than just medicine and therapy in order to fix me. Especially after everything that happened in 2020 to me. I genuinely feel like if I lost the memories of that event or if it never happened, I would actually be in a pretty good place. And I just love how people were like, you need help and all this other shit, and people claimed, we're just trying to help you, we're trying to change you. And some of the things, it's like, change me. I have a lot of problems, but the rest of me is fine. You don't need to fucking change me. And you know what? You did. For the worst. You made me worse. I'm weaker than I was. I'm less trusting than I was. I'm more pessimistic than I was, and that's saying something. And all I do every day is try to keep my mind and my hands busy and try everything I can to distract myself from all the negative thoughts, all the negative memories. It's raining. How fitting. Anyway, so I know I still have a Patreon reward to give to, one of my patrons. I don't know when I'm gonna finish that, since, Aries' situation is looking pretty well. I just gotta get myself back up and build myself back up after that therapy incident. Plus, I've been in the mood to do a lot of like DIY craft stuff, and the only problem is that you have to buy supplies. And, I have a lot of supplies in my wish list on Wish, and since we don't know what's happening with student loans being paid off by the government, but student loans are still frozen, Michael has given me a monthly allowance of how much that I can spend on stuff. So I'm most likely going to spend that money on useful things and not just, like accessories and stuff. I want to have the means of making my own accessories, like resin molds and stuff. And it's been a really long time since I've been in the mood to do something creative, so this is a good sign in that. And I'm really... I know I posted a work in progress picture of the Patreon gift, so yes, it is actually 2/3 of the way done, and it will be done. I'm not just going to abandon it and say, sorry! No. Anyway. Yep. So yeah, we binged Squid Game, and I feel sorry for anybody who watched the dub. Because we watched it with the subtitles, the only way to enjoy foreign film, and but we watched some, I don't know, Honest Trailers or CinemaSins or something like that, or Game Theory or something like that, and a couple of those had clips with the dubbed version, and God, not only were there a lot of mistranslation issues, but the voice acting is terrible. Oh my God, it's so awful. So, and a lot of foreign movies and TV shows suffer from bad voice acting when it comes to dubs. So if you're gonna watch it in the subtitles. I can understand if you're dyslexic and honestly cannot follow subtitles because of it, that's not your fault. So, but if you don't have a problem reading, just do the subtitles. It's better that way, and it's really good. If you're turned off by things being too popular, like you don't want to watch it because it's too popular, it has too big of a fan base, everyone's talking about it. Trust me, I'm the same way, but we watched the honest trailer for Squid Game, and it didn't give too many spoilers, and even the spoilers it gave, I just completely forgot about them. It was an interesting concept enough for me to want to try it, and because it's totally my thing. So we tried it and we liked it. So during his vacation, we binged it. And I actually really miss it now. But it's really, 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 really good. Give the first episode a chance. If you're not totally bought by the first episode, give the second episode a chance. And it gets it by the third episode, it really picks up. Just give it a chance. If you truly don't like it, don't watch it. But don't be turned off just because it's something that everyone is talking about. Anyway, I think that's all. I haven't done rat time yet today, so I need to do that. Poor Aries is probably like, Mom! So I guess if you like my videos, not necessarily this one, leave a like on this one. Subscribe, spread the word of awesome. Don't forget to click the little bell. And I shall see you later, alligators and crocodiles. Goodbye.